Hey guys, you know what you're here for, so let's get right down to it. So, what is kiting? Kiting is the act of running away from an enemy while still doing damage. Usually, it's referred to ADCs or ranged champions in general, because it makes sense to use your max distance of your auto attacks to deal damage while taking none. Having a slow on your auto attacks from red, an item, or an ability generally facilitates kiting, but at the same time, having a higher movement speed, like Jin's when he crits, will do the charm as well. The term comes from dragging an enemy around just like a kite. So why might you be interested in learning kiting? Well, mainly this goes for ADCs, or even if you're playing like Kindred Jungle, Quinn Top, or Varus Mid. If you want to learn how to play squishy ranged champions with few escapes like Jinx or Vayne, then you need to learn how to kite. Yeah, you might be a god and get fed in laning phase as an ADC, but if you get chased and picked in teamfights or before they even start, you won't get to use all that advantage you gained. And this is where kiting comes in. Let's take a look at some examples of kiting so that you understand how helpful this can be.
Hey,
Okay, maybe they're not
yo,
free.
free?
Ah! Am I gonna fucking live? No. Oh shit, okay. Dude, they told you free, man.
Yeah, fuck.
How did Lucian die?
Pins and needles!
Oh, big crit 420.
If you notice closely, you'll realize that the ADC is fed, that's right, but he is still playing at a 1v4 or a 2v5, always a numbers disadvantage. And by kiting, he can maintain his max distance from the target that's closest to him and still deal damage while running away from the rest of the opponents. So, how do you kite? It really comes down to using the time when you can't auto-attack to move and position yourself further if someone is chasing you, or just simply to get in a better position. First of all, you need to get used to cancel the auto-attack animation, and you do that by clicking on your target. Then, after you have fired your projectile, you click on the floor to move. Like this, you can get a lot more out of your champion. Here's an example so that you can see how many auto attacks it is that I can put in just 10 seconds if I auto attack cancel, versus how many I can put in if I don't. You can get used to it by simply doing this all the time, when you're farming, when you're destroying wards, when you're taking objectives, and you will master this in no time. After you've become familiar with animation cancelling, you can move on to some more complex things which will facilitate your kiting even further. Let's talk about some key bindings that you already have activated and you probably don't use. If you press the letter A in your keyboard, you will see a circle that shows you your auto attack range. If you click on the floor after you have pressed A, your champion will walk towards the cursor and hit the closest target possible. This can be especially useful if you're running away from an enemy, because instead of having to clearly click on him, you can just click on the floor near him and focus on clicking back from him after. If you just right-click the champ, then the floor, then the champ, then the floor, you run the risk of clicking the floor instead of the champion and walk towards it, resulting ultimately in losing your distance advantage and possibly your death, which you should, in my opinion, try to evade. So after you've learned animation cancelling and also using your A key, then how else can you improve at kiting? Well, This is one of the cases where I have given you all the information you need. Now, all you can do is use this information and start practicing it. Start by doing some custom games alone and use the A key while farming. Then, put in some bots who like to chase you like some idiots sometimes and practice that way. Go into normals and ask for the red or do a frozen mallet. And finally, you can just watch yourself improve in ranked. Obviously, as with all these guys, I couldn't go without telling you some objectives so that you see yourself improve. So let's go through them right now. 0 to 10, auto attack in your place. 20, auto attack while running away. 30, kite without animation cancelling or the A key binding. 40, ask for the red to apply a slow to kite. 50, maintain your distance in a team fight and hit the closest target. 60, you finally mastered how to animation cancel. 70, use the A key binding in laning phase and 1v1s. 80, use animation cancelling and the A key binding all the time. 90, maintain the max distance possible in all cases. And finally, 100, you are going to be the next Gosu, aren't you? As with all these guides, dedicate some games to do this. And as I've said before, do some customs, do some normals. There's no shame in doing that if you are trying to learn and improve. Take it to ranked only when you're confident enough in your abilities. I hope this video helped you. If it did in any way, please subscribe, leave a like, that will really help me out. And see you guys in the next video. Sakeios out.